Welcome back to my channel. I am very exhausted from running everywhere, doing different projects in the same day, like all at once, and I feel like I'm approaching kind of a burnout situation. I guess I am not alone in this, because last week I had a chat with an artist who had been following our social media for a long time, and she wanted to chat with me over Skype, and we did, and she's facing the similar situation. Besides being an artist, she's also a designer, so she's doing two, and it's like she's facing the same thing that I'm facing. I guess a lot of people are facing this too, because according to the national survey in America, 2 million art school graduates, only 10% make it as a full professional artist, make their primary income from art. That means 90% of art school graduates, like you and me, we must juggle between different side hustles, different jobs to maintain an income level that is sustainable, so that we can't just do art. We can't do one thing because we have a lot of commitments and financial constraints. So we have to do different projects, and this is a certain kind of like lifestyle. Like I would call it the dual career artist, because you're working as a designer, that is your bread and butter, and then you're working as an artist, that is your passion and love. As a dual career artists, as a dual career creatives, we are facing this problem of juggling between different hats and different jobs and it's just a lot of commitment, a lot of conflicts in life, and a lot of emotional burden. And this is something I want to share with you. And it's a beautiful story that she shared with me, that how she graduated from art school a few decades ago as a fully professional trained artist, 8 years straight, like MFA, very qualified, but because of the student law, mortgage, a lot of different things that she had to work. After working as a set designer in a large company for a few decades, she opened shop to her own design studio, and she's doing her design like to individual clients. She's doing a very specific consultation to individual clients who ask for very specific things like color combination, like layout, those things that they needed hands but they don't want other people to take control. So those are like a lot of consultations standalone, a lot of recurring clients, also referrals, and this is the bloodline of her business. After a while, she realized that a lot of clients asked to recommend some artworks to hang in their newly refurbished kitchen, for example, and she's like, oh, this is the opportunity. So she picked up the hobby as an artist and sold the hobby artist works to the existing clients, and the clients were super happy about it, and the sales were good. The good thing is that she didn't have to pay gallerists or agents, or didn't even have to have a website for her art. Then she's already selling art. This is very good. She's her own art dealer, and she has her own initiatives as an artist. She did some commission works to fit existing kitchen, to fit, let's say, the style, the size that the client asked for. But then after a while, she decided that okay, it's a compromise, it's a good business, but she still wanted to do her own art. Right now, she's doing this line of work that is really what her heart tells her to do, but right now she faces a challenge, a problem, that the line of work she had been doing is not matching the client that she had from the design side. It's not anymore the synergy that she had. Now she's basically running two standalone businesses. She's having the two separate tracks. A dual career, like train tracks are not crossing anymore. Now there are many conflicts between the two standalone businesses. Number one is time. We all have 24 hours a day. If you spend 8 hours for your design clients, you don't have time for your painting. If you spend too much time in your studio, the clients are running away, right? You're not maintaining the relationship with your clients, and you don't have enough referrals from the happy recurring clients anymore. If you have two separate jobs, this is the number one issue, that we all have the limited time in our lives. The second issue is the investment. If you want to grow your business, you have to put money inside. Imagine you need a new studio for your art. You need a new office for your design works to receive clients. And then you need to invest in your communication. As an artist, you need to invest in communication. You need to hire an assistant for your design. You have to hire an assistant for your art. It's just a lot of investment, and if you don't have money for it, after that there's opportunity cost. If you choose to prioritize one career or one business, you're basically sacrificing another business. And maybe one day you look back, you always have this second thought, like what if I would have chosen that one to prioritize? Would I become more successful? You always have this doubt in you, and this is something that also bothers a lot of people. The last but not the least is your health. You will have a burnout situation. You work 8 hours here, 8 hours there, 16 hours out of 24 hours. How much time you have for yourself to relax, to shower, to eat, to commute between two different jobs, for your family, for your pets, for your children. So this is another risk that you are taking. It's occupational health risks. Is to have this burnout running this dual career. After hearing her story, I gave her the first advice out of the box, maybe almost intuitively. You can prioritize one business and push another business to become passive. For example, if you prioritize design and spend most of your time with your design clients, you just put this artworks into, for example, Society 6, this kind of websites, and spend less time marketing your art and just put it kind of passively, and try to spend as little time as possible and prioritize your primary business and primary income. Or if you prioritize the art and say, okay, I spent more time on my art and I just put the design work on the side. And you have this referrals, this clients that are asking your service, and those clients, they want to take control of their own business. That's great. You can do remote consultation. You can do YouTube videos, or you can write a book and say, you want to know how to do this and that? Read my book, buy my book on Amazon, so that you can do it yourself, right? You want to DIY, here's my full DIY guide of home remodeling. Here you go. And after that, you don't need to spend too much time after the book is launched or after this tutorial on Udemy is launched. And after I told this, I thought it was a fairly good idea. And then my friend was next to me and she heard this, and she's an expert in e-commerce like Amazon, like eBay. And she said, do you know that you are basically suggesting this artist to do the third business, which is writing a book and selling it on eBay or Amazon? And this is an e-commerce business. And instead of juggling two different balls, you are asking her to juggle between three. This is even more difficult. Can you think of something else? So at home, I was thinking something else could be also inspiring for you. Is that you try to unite these two different businesses into one. At least try to source one kind of client, like one type of client, so that you can sell those both services or products to them. Imagine, you know the movie 50 Shades of Grey. The people who love this kind of movie, it's a specific kind of people. And imagine if you target at this kind of people, you only need to source your client once and acquire them once. And you can push them like direct emails, messages, and recommend them different things that from both design and your art. And you are spending less time to acquire clients, which could be, let's say, 30% of the time that you are spending. So you are saving time, and you try to unite them, put synergy between these two businesses, and you can eventually save money and save time. If you're really sure that you want to spend all your time dedicated to art and you don't want to do the primary income, the primary business anymore, you want to end that and start a new life, you can. But first, you have to do an early retirement. You have to save enough money, invest them in a smart way, have passive income, and you say, okay, I can secure my income this amount so I can sustain myself, my family, pay the bills, and then you can dedicate to your art. This is to say that you have the previous business, like as a designer, as a business owner, you can find early retirement with the existing business you had. You can find out, do a transition of 3 to 5 years. And then you say at 50 years old, I will retire, I will not do any primary business anymore, I'll just switch to art. This is something that you can plan for. I just want to say that you are not alone in this. Most of artists have this problem, like I have the problem, like most of creative professionals must struggle to maintain different jobs, to juggle different balls so that they can make the ends meet. Don't feel too bad about it, and this is not a disadvantage. It's actually an advantage that you have because you can find a synergy, you can find an early retirement and not to have to depend on the sales from your art. And you have more, let's say, peace of mind. Think about that. Maybe you'll feel better about this existing situation and put your hands to work and find a way. That's all what I want to say today. Good luck to you, dear artists. I'm also going to find my way. Thank you very much for watching. If you have a question, leave me a comment below. Don't forget to subscribe and click like. Thank you very much and see you.